Hello, and welcome back to the Boosted English Podcast. I am very happy you are here with me today. In this episode, we are going to tell a story. It is the story of a famous film called The Matrix. But we will not only tell the story, we will also explore what it means in a slow and simple way. This film talks about reality, about freedom, about fear, and about waking up. And these ideas matter because they are not only about a movie, they are also about our own lives. So take a slow breath and let's begin.
I love that we are talking about this film today. It is a science fiction film, but at the same time, it feels very human, very emotional.
Yes, exactly. On the surface, it is a story about computers, artificial intelligence, and machines. There are fights, action scenes, special effects. But under the surface, it is a story about identity, about truth, about choice.
And about waking up. Not only waking up from sleep, but waking up from illusion.
Yes, waking up from something false. Waking up from a dream that feels real. Let's slow down. Let's start from the beginning.
Part 1. Thomas Anderson.
The story begins with a man named Thomas Anderson. During the day, he works in an office. He sits at a desk. He wears a suit. He looks at a computer screen. His life feels ordinary, very normal, almost boring.
And at night, he becomes someone else.
Yes, at night, he is Neo, a hacker, someone who searches for hidden information inside computer systems. Now, this is important. During the day, he follows rules. He obeys. He does what he is told. At night, he questions things. He breaks rules. He searches for something more.
It's like he feels that something is wrong, but he cannot explain what it is.
Exactly. He feels that the world is not completely real. He feels that something is hidden. Something is not right. Let me say that in another way. Neo feels uncomfortable in his life. He cannot relax inside his reality. He feels that there is a secret. And this feeling, this quiet discomfort, pushes him to search.
And many people feel like that in real life. Maybe not about computers, but about their life.
Yes. Sometimes we wake up, we go to work, we follow routines. And inside, we feel that something is missing. We cannot always name it, but we feel it. So Neo is already different. He is already questioning.
Part 2. Morpheus and the Choice.
One day, Neo is contacted by a mysterious man named Morpheus. Morpheus tells him something shocking.
He tells him that the world he knows is not real.
Yes, he says that reality is a simulation, a computer program called the Matrix. And inside this program, human beings live normal lives, but their bodies are actually asleep. They are used by machines. Let's slow down and explain this clearly. In this story, machines have taken control of the world. They use humans as a source of energy. Humans are connected to a system. Their minds believe they are living normal lives, but physically, they are trapped.
So the life Neo knows is not physical reality. It is a digital dream.
Yes, a shared dream, a collective illusion. And then comes one of the most famous moments in cinema. Morpheus gives Neo a choice: a blue pill or a red pill.
The blue pill means he continues his normal life. He forgets everything. He stays comfortable.
Yes, safe, comfortable, unaware. And the red pill means he learns the truth, the whole truth, even if it is painful. Let's explain this idea slowly. The blue pill represents ignorance, not knowing, staying asleep. The red pill represents awareness, waking up, facing reality.
And reality is not pretty.
Reality is dark, destroyed, scary, but it is real. And this moment is not only about Neo, it is about all of us. Sometimes in life, we also have choices. We can ignore problems, we can avoid difficult truths, or we can face them. Facing the truth is often uncomfortable. It can destroy our old beliefs. It can make us feel lost, but it can also make us free.
Part 3. Waking up.
Neo chooses the red pill.
He chooses truth over comfort.
Yes, and then something incredible happens. He wakes up. Not from sleep in a bed, but from a digital dream. He opens his eyes in a dark, cold world. His body is weak. He is inside a machine pod. Tubes are connected to him. Let's pause here. This scene is shocking because it shows that everything he believed was real was only a program. Imagine discovering that your entire life was not real. Your memories, your job, your city, everything.
It would be terrifying.
Yes, terrifying, confusing, painful. And that is important. Awakening is not romantic in this film. It is not soft. It is violent. It is harsh. Sometimes truth hurts. Sometimes growth hurts. When we learn something new about ourselves, it can be uncomfortable. We realize we were wrong. We realize we were limited. But that discomfort is part of growth. Neo is rescued by Morpheus and his team. They live in a ship called the Nebuchadnezzar. They are free humans who fight against the machines.
Part 4. Learning the truth.
Once Neo wakes up, he has to learn everything again.
Yes, he has to understand how the matrix works. Inside the matrix, the rules of physics are not fixed. Because it is a computer program, that means if you understand it deeply, you can bend the rules. You can jump higher, move faster, even stop bullets. But first, Neo does not believe in himself.
He doubts. He struggles.
Yes, Morpheus believes that Neo is the one, a person who will save humanity. But Neo does not feel special. He feels ordinary, confused. And this is very human. Often, other people see potential in us before we see it in ourselves. Let's say that again in a different way. Sometimes we are blind to our own strength. We cannot imagine being powerful. We think we are small, limited. Neo must learn not only how the Matrix works, but how his own mind works. Because in this story, the real prison is not only the machines. The real prison is belief. If you believe you are weak, you are weak. If you believe you cannot jump, you fall. The Matrix becomes a metaphor for mental limits.
Part 5. The Agents.
Inside the Matrix, there are agents, programs that protect the system.
Especially Agent Smith.
Yes, Agent Smith represents control. He represents the system's power. He can enter any body inside the Matrix. He can fight with incredible strength. He believes humans are like a virus. He hates them. And this is interesting. The machines see humans as a problem. Humans see machines as a problem. It is a war of perspectives. But Agent Smith also represents something deeper. He represents authority, control, the force that keeps things the same. When Neo fights Agent Smith, it is not only a physical fight. It is a fight between freedom and control, between awakening and sleep, between individuality and conformity.
Part 6. Doubt and Faith.
There is also a character called the Oracle.
Yes, the Oracle is mysterious. She seems to know the future. She tells Neo that he is not the one, or at least, not yet. This creates doubt. Neo believes he is ordinary again. But the Oracle also says something very important. Knowing the path is different from walking the path. Let's slow down. You can hear advice, you can understand ideas, but you must live them. You must choose. Neo must choose to become the one. It is not only destiny, it is decision.
So freedom is not automatic. It requires action.
Yes, and responsibility. At one moment, Morpheus is captured. Neo has a choice again. He can escape and stay safe, or he can go back into the Matrix to save Morpheus. He chooses to return. This is the moment when he truly changes, because now he acts not from confusion, but from commitment. He risks his life, and through that choice, he begins to believe in himself.
Part 7. Becoming the One.
At the end of the film, Neo is shot by Agent Smith.
It feels like he dies.
Yes, his heart stops inside the Matrix. But something happens. He wakes up again. Not from the pod this time, but from limitation. He sees the Matrix as code, as green symbols. He understands it completely. Bullets stop in the air. He moves effortlessly. He enters Agent Smith and destroys him from inside. Let's interpret this moment slowly. Neo does not win because he is physically stronger. He wins because he understands. He sees reality differently. He no longer believes in the illusion of limits. This is symbolic. When we change our perception, when we change how we see the world changes for us. Not magically, but psychologically. If you believe something is impossible, you never try. If you believe growth is possible, you move differently. Neo's final transformation is not about muscles. It is about awareness.
Part 8. The Meaning of the Matrix.
So what does the Matrix really mean?
It can mean many things. It can represent society, the rules we follow without questioning. It can represent consumer culture, living automatically. It can represent fear, the mental cage we build for ourselves. It can represent comfort, the blue pill life. The film does not give one single answer, but it invites us to ask, what is real? What do I believe? Why do I believe it?
And maybe, where am I asleep?
Yes, but we do not need to become paranoid. The message is not to reject everything. It is to think, to observe, to question gently, not aggressively, not angrily, just consciously.
Part 9. Why this film still matters.
This film was released in 1999, but its ideas feel modern. Today, we live with screens, with digital realities, with social media. Sometimes we compare ourselves to images that are not real, edited, filtered. Sometimes we believe stories about ourselves that are not true. The Matrix reminds us to pause, to ask, is this real? Or is this a story I am telling myself?
And it also reminds us that truth can be uncomfortable, but freeing.
Yes, freedom is not easy. Awareness is not always comfortable, but growth requires both. So today, we explored the story of the Matrix, a story about a man who wakes up, a story about choice, about illusion, about courage. But maybe it is also a story about you, about moments in your life when you decided to grow, when you faced something difficult instead of hiding from it. Take a slow breath. You do not need to understand every idea perfectly. Just listening, just staying with the story, is already progress.
Learning a language is also like taking the red pill.
Yes, it is choosing growth, even when it feels slow, even when it feels hard. Thank you so much for spending this time with us on the Boosted English podcast. Be kind to yourself. Progress is not fast. It is gentle. It is gradual, like waking up slowly in the morning light. We will see you in the next episode. Take care, and keep moving forward, one calm step at a time.